Today we are going to speak about the steps that need to be undertaken when it comes to compiling a good file plan. Again, before we can proceed with the presentation, I would like to remind you not to forget to subscribe to the channel. Also give a thumbs up to the video in case it was of helpful to you, and also share to fellow students and colleagues, because sharing is caring. Also, if you have a question or a comment, you can put it under the comment slot for discussion and also answers where possible. So, consideration in the compilation of the functional subject file plan. What is it that we must consider when we develop the file plan? So, as a record manager or a practitioner in the unit responsible for record management, you need to conduct a record survey first, or a record audit, so that you can be able to identify different subjects or functional subjects of the organization, because this is the key things which are going to form the body of your file plan. So the file plan is usually used to manage paper-based records, but eventually, as the organization requires, it may be built into the electronic system. So which means when your organization want to improve or change the mode of operation from paper-based to electronic, when the new system is developed, you may simply transfer or convert or embed the very same paper-based filing plan into electronic, to avoid starting everything all over again from the scratch. Unless if the file plan was not good, it need to be reconstructed or totally discarded. And the other thing that you need to consider or not take note of is that all the records within the organization which are received or created relate to a specific business function within the organization. So that's why when you conduct the record survey, you need to identify the subjects, functional subjects of the organization, because those are going to be used when you structure your file plan references and description as well. So in most instances, the recommendation is that the organization may have only one file plan, but depending on the circumstances or the requirements of the organization, one may also opt to have up to 3 file plans. And in most instances, if the organization have 3 file plans, they will have general file plan, staff file plan, and ministerial file plan. But still, the other option is to have 2. In case you don't have ministerial level in your organization, you may have staff file plan and general file plan. Alternatively, if record creation is not frequent or the organization is not too busy, you may opt to have 1 file plan which can be named general file plan. So with the ministerial file plan is when the institution is having a political office where records of secret and top secret may be filed or separated from the rest of the other organizational files. Compiling a functional subject file plan. What do we do when we compile a functional subject file plan? Where do we start? So this is just an emphasis from the previous slide to say, start with conducting a record audit and survey your functions, organizational functions, so that you can be able to determine them and incorporate them into a file plan. And as I said, you also bear in mind whether to opt for single, multi, or multiple file plans. Conceptual model for business classification system used to compile a filing system. When you compile a filing system, like I said, you need to start with a collection of appropriate information or the necessary information that will help you to structure your functional subjects, and those will form your file plan, body of your file plan. And this is done through the survey, in which information may be collected using either interview, questionnaire, or even document analysis. And document analysis is the most dominant data collection technique in this regard, because the developer or the filing plan developer may be able to identify the subjects from strategic documents like strategic plans, like organograms, like annual reports, and many other strategic documents which can show the functional structure of the organization. And after collection, you need to analyze the information so that you can be able to identify functions, activities, and transactions that might be happening or that may happen within the organization. And thereafter, you are able to compile such information to your subject filing system, and then start with the implementation. Thank you for watching and your full attention on the video and the knowledge sharing. Again, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe, and more importantly, to comment or even put some questions on the slot for discussion, so that we are able to interact and share their views and knowledge.